go.
What's everybody talking about? Huh? Did you have something to say? It's like you guys know what we're gonna do, huh? Weege. Oh, I don't really care. Nope, Hi, buddy. Goodness gracious, that's a bunch of animals. You guys ever heard a goat choir? Yeah, I haven't either. I just hear a bunch of goats yelling. Hey guys, welcome back to Doss Acres. We're just gonna skip right on past this, but Shannon and I have been married for 12 years as of yesterday.
It's true.
12 years ago, did you think this is where we would be?
No, and that's what I put in my post yesterday. I was like, never, ever did I think that this is where our life would be 12 years into our marriage.
Yeah, look at all these kids.
I know, and they're so loud. They cry all the time.
Man, guys, when we first got goats, and at first it was Mario and Luigi, and Mario is no longer with us. He was an intact buck. He had to move on because we were done breeding. Whew, that was a fun experience.
That was a fun experience.
But everybody that we talked to, I talked to Dad, I talked to Chad, talked to Stan, talked to everybody that had goats, the folks we got Mario and Luigi from, they said, if you can blow smoke through your fence, your goats will get out. I think we've done a pretty good job of keeping our goats in.
I do too, honestly.
Yeah, I'm very nervous that, you know, they would just get out. I don't know what they would do.
I know what they would do. They would just eat. That's all they want to do.
This dude is stubborn. They just eat. So we have worked really hard to make sure our goats do not get out. And, you know, it'd be utter chaos if they did, I think. We'd have major problems.
Sprucers!
So we've worked really hard on our gates, our fences, everything, so that our goats don't get out.
And then we just open the gate and let them out.
It's a happy, proud moment, guys. These goaties love it here. And it brings us a lot of joy. Now, if you saw our last video, Kit Kat got stuck in a tree. My wonderful superhuman wife climbed up a ladder like 30 plus feet and rescued Kit Kat. Because I'm not brave enough to do it. I made the joke.
You're making it sound like it's a bigger deal than it is.
You saved my Kit Kat. He tells me thank you every day. He's very happy. But this time of year, guys, we talk about this all throughout. Whoa.
You almost got me.
All throughout winter. Watch this guy. Hey. There's so much out there to eat. Do not eat our insect repellent plants that your mom so graciously planted for us. Yeah, big oof. Oh, yep. Come on, going out into the weeds. We don't need you to clean around the camper for us. Thank you.
Come on, goats.
But we didn't get to cover it a lot. There was so much that had gone on. It's been a very long week. It's been great. And quite honestly, like today, we were just kind of like, we need a breather. In fact, I had no idea. We went over, we had a big anniversary celebration yesterday. I mean, you guys don't even know how to celebrate anniversaries like we do. What did we do?
We went to church. We had Mexican food and we did laundry.
Yep, hung out with my parents.
Got rained on, nonstop.
Rained on. It started out as a beautiful day weather-wise. I mean, it was a beautiful day overall. Herc and Bruno are gonna go hit the trail.
That's fine.
Do you see these two little dog butts going up into the woods? Best buds. I'm sure we'll see plenty of that here in a minute. But yeah, we hung out with Mom and Dad. That's where we do our laundry. And we just relaxed.
Yeah.
We'll do something really big for our 13th.
No, we won't.
Yeah, because it'll fall on a Monday, so we'll film. We live such exciting lives.
We just don't do big things for our anniversary.
Hey, but you know what? We do big things all day, every day. Very unique things. Full of love, full of fur, and all the smells.
All the smells.
Is that you, Weege Man? But I cannot remember. It was this last video, we narrated what had happened. We shared everything that had happened with Kit Kat and everything. So I'm not beating myself up over this. I'm just letting you know that Hercules was who treed Kit Kat. We had them out grazing and Kit Kat got out a little too comfortable amongst the goats, was walking around with him. And I was like, how's that gonna go? And randomly Herc took off after Kit Kat. Kit Kat started to kind of play fight back like he would with Bruno, but you don't do that to Hercules.
Didn't go over real well.
Yeah, so he put him up that tree. And so you're gonna say, well, Kyle, what's gonna keep him from getting to Kit Kat now? Like,
or you're gonna say, you should train your dogs better.
Oh, they
because
did.
You did.
They did say that, didn't they? Yeah, we've done such a poor job with him. Come on, guys, let's be real. But I
Dogs
do
and cats, guys.
have the e-collar on Hercules right now. And I've had him out. We've grazed, I think, 2 times since that event. And the first time after we got Kit Kat down, he realized that the big white one was out. Talking about Herc. And when Herc just kind of barely came over in this direction, he skedaddled. Fortunately, not up a tree. He just went and hid where they sleep at night. So I know that he's not, I think, and I hope he's not going to continue treating himself, because I had a talk with him and he was terrified.
Man, I don't think he's gonna do that again. I really hope he doesn't do that again. I don't want to have to climb a ladder again to get his butt out of a tree.
Yeah, I'll do it next time, babe.
Oh, okay. I'll hold it for you.
Okay, thank you. I'll make sure he doesn't go up in a tree. But guys, we can't stop, is what I'm saying. That I can't just halt all operation. I mean, look at the mess these guys need to clean up. And I love when they spend time in here, because I don't even know what's down there. But I do know that even to run my brush cutter on the tractor in here, there are stumps. We had a tree fall down. There's big rocks and everything. So we want to continue to let the goats be goats, do what they do, and help us out. And a part of that is just a matter of wasps trying to attack me. No, it's just a matter of Kit Kat and Mr. Miyagi kind of understanding Herc and Bruno, the differences, the respect, stay out of his way. While Herc was out last time, Mr. Miyagi and Kit Kat were actually laying on that deck box, because we have had so much rain. I mean, so much rain in the last, it feels like months,
Well,
but
in the last week alone, I gotta get off these sticks. In the last week alone, we've gotten 8 inches of rain here.
that's insane.
Just in 1 week.
That is insane.
Yeah, because we got another, I'm getting attacked by bugs here. I should have sprayed
We
spray.
should have sprayed. Yeah, we may have to go back over there by the spray and get some.
Just overnight last night, we got an inch of rain again.
Yeah.
So from yesterday to this morning,
Yep.
we're rained out, guys.
Our ground, our earth cannot absorb any more water. Everything that falls at this point just runs downhill. Our pond filled back up.
Hey, boys.
We're over here, boys.
Over here.
Come on. There's my boys. Everything check out on the trail?
Did you guys have a good time?
I love taking my Hercules out on the trail. I say, Herc, come here. I want to show you something I saw this morning. You haven't been out here yet. Hi, buddy.
Did you have a good time? Oh,
Boy,
excuse
these
me.
two, I've got a little bit of footage. These two were playing so hard the last time I had them out. It was adorable. And to see that side of Hercules, he is such a hard worker. In fact, he's going to mark that right there for us. Oh, you couldn't even censor yourself. Okay. But he works so hard, but this guy is bringing out the fun-loving puppy in him. And let me just show you what he was doing. Bruno's like, that's not what we do with the pond, dude. He's gonna lay down in it. Little deep, isn't it? Oh, look at the mud. Yeah, buddy. You can lay in it, buddy. Yeah, if you roll right there, you're gonna roll down the hill, big guy. He has to, man. Bruno is just so quick. Never did we ever think we would see this day.
Kirk, I think that's how Molly used to feel with you, and you just kept pestering her.
Yeah. Princess was just a little too old to have this kind of fun when he was a puppy.
That's cute.
And if you're wondering, does either one of them ever take it too far? No, because the other one tells the other one not to. Ultimately, though, Bruno does submit. If he takes it too far, Herc will let him know, and he'll lay down. But if you can't tell, Herc's having himself a lot of fun. You boys.
Herc says, Bruno, just sit down in the water.
Yeah. Man, he is loving that, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Spruce is my big helper. He tries to get all the stuff that I would run into. Honestly, he is best behaved when he's grazing. He actually does better than most of the other goats. Like, they try to get into the bird food. Everywhere else, Spruce is like, hey, there's plenty to eat out here.
Oh, he still tries to do it too, but he listens when you call him and tell him not to.
You know what?
Like, watch this. Hey, Spruce! Sprucers!
Hang on, found a leaf, just a minute.
All right.
Too good to pass her, hang on.
Normally he will always
No.
turn and listen though.
No, yeah, but these leaves are right here. Saying, no.
Hey, Herc man.
What's that, buddy boy?
That big guy.
We prefer to do grazings either first thing in the morning before they eat, or so that we can use grain to get them back down there, or later in the evening before their evening feeding, again, so we can give them grain to course them back in. But they've been really doing a great job. About an hour and 15 minutes, they kind of start making their way down that way.
Yeah.
I call them in, Herc will go in and get in his pool. But unfortunately, today, and I think for the rest of the week, we've got somebody using our property to get back to the back of it. And it's not us.
Yeah, they're using our trail to get to the easement.
Yeah, so we found out that the power company, where there's power lines on the back of our property, there's a highway on the back side, you guys hear it a lot in the videos, and there's like a 100-foot easement right there with massive power lines that I think are bringing them basically to the city. And with all this rain, I never really thought about this, they've got to inspect all of their poles to make sure that nothing's leaning. I mean, these are main power lines. Lots of people would be without power if those go down. So they spent, I think it was over the weekend, they spent, I guess, like 3 days trying to find access to get back there, because all of this is private property along here and it's cut off by roads on either end. So I get it, without trespassing, it would be very hard to do. Long story short, through our little country community, somebody said, hey, let me go talk to my neighbor. That's us. And I said, sure enough, we've got a perfect trail that we cut to get back there. And boy, I made these guys' day. I mean, they were so happy. And so anyway, they're back there on the property. That's all fine and dandy. If Bruno's out and they come back, they're not on our property. They're going south. But if they come home, when they come home, their truck's up in the front of our place. Well, they got to pull through here. And I said, okay, guys, you got to let me know when you're coming back, because if I have my other dog out, it is going to be a problem. Whereas Bruno greeted them and said hi. They were terrified of him.
They were terrified, guys.
He did put his whole mohawk up and ran up to him. And I was like, hey, just, you know, don't swing at him or anything. And
I mean, the driver was even
backed
leaning
up,
away from
leaned
him.
over into his buddy. I was like, man, I'm so sorry. So I grabbed onto Bruno and let him pet him, and like, oh, okay, he seems cool. I said, now, if you see my white dog out, that's when you drive away. Just drive away, call me. So anyway, we're trying to time it so that nobody gets spooked from the boys coming back at the end of the day. Speaking of boys,
I don't really know. Oh, they're over here.
you're just waving.
Yeah, I mean, the bugs are just really bad this time of day. It's finally starting to dry out just a little bit, and the bugs are like, sunshine!
You guys are just living your best lives, aren't you? Mama says, leave me alone.
Hey, Bruno.
So we don't always go over this enough, and I know I do repeat it sometimes, but if you guys are relatively new here for whatever reason.
Don't say for whatever reason.
Well, I mean, whatever intrigued your interest to bring you here if you're not going back to all of our old videos. We do have 11 goats, and a bunch of them are related, and one of them is a rotten bottle baby, believe it or not. Yeah, don't talk to me. My name's Spruce. Where's my food? Where's my food? Yeah, that guy. Bottle baby. The only one we have, and he's got the biggest attitude. I think it's because he is a bottle baby. But as you could probably guess, the ones that kind of look alike, well, they are typically related. That's a mama, Bluesy, and Larry, and Harry. Those are her boys. Old Weege man, he's the sheriff of the goats. That's Mario's
Uncle Weege.
brother, Uncle Ouija. That
Literally
boy.
uncle to about half of these goats.
Yeah, that's true. That boy right there, I tell you, even without Hercules, I don't think coyotes would mess with this herd of goats. He's a fighter. Those two boys, his nephews, Koopa and Lil Mario, they are fighters, and they don't put up with anything. Well, Herc, I thought your brother was with you. And yeah, we speak of them like they're family, because they are. Bruno man. I saw him go off that way. There he is. What you doing, silly boy? Herc left you. I'm just exploring. But yeah, we also, we don't have a perimeter fence. So when we joke and we just open the goat pen, people are like, oh no, your goats are out. Yeah, I know, but for some odd reason, they kind of like it here. I think it's because they know if one of these goats were to get stuck up in a tree, Shannon would go up and get him and bring him down. They know,
You think so?
They know how much we love him. Yeah, I mean, could you imagine if Weege was up there? Goodness gracious, babe. He's probably only about 190 pounds or so.
Yeah, I don't think I'm carrying him down.
Shoot, I don't know a tree that could hold his big butt. You want to make goats happy, guys. You give them access to this stuff. And I do like my happy goats. That way they stick around and they obey and they're nice. Most of the time. Except for some of them. Yeah, sassy pants, don't touch me.
This is actually the location of the first Guinea nest we found this season.
Oh, it was, wasn't it? Good call. Yeah, they were down under there, weren't they?
Yeah. When the Guineas abandon a nest, they abandon it. They don't go back to it. And we've been all over the place with our Guinea nests. You guys know that. Every time you turn around, we're pulling eggs from a different nest, we're finding a different nest, and that's just kind of how it is with Guineas, and that's okay. But I did notice we have one bird, one Guinea laying on a nest right now, and I think she's probably on about 12 eggs. If she makes it, we might have at least 12 keys by the end of this week. We'll see. But I go around and I collect the eggs from the other nests because if I continue to let them build up, our birds get broody and they just want to lay on them. So I found a nest that I'd been kind of watching and pulling eggs from, and it's the one that was in the old run. And one of the birds started laying on it. She started getting broody, and I was just worried. I didn't want her. Oh, little Mario just went after Bruno. I didn't want her to continue laying on these eggs. We've already got one hen laying on a nest. We don't need any more. We don't need any more Guineas. We've already got 20 some as it is. So we didn't have any intentions of hatching. So I had Kyle go in and weed eat where that nest was so that I could collect the eggs because I really didn't want her sitting on them. Guys, I thought that there was only like 15 in there. There was 20 eggs in there. I am so happy that I did not let her continue to lay on those eggs. But Kyle went ahead and weed eated, and we took the grass clippings to the chickens to let them enjoy it.
What you doing?
Oh, you know, just collecting some clippings for the chickens.
Good thing your husband's good at weed eating things, huh?
Yeah. Super good. And
It's a pretty good collection.
I'm gonna collect these eggs because we've had a hen laying on them literally all day long today, and we do not need more hens laying on eggs.
Say that again, Miss Passionate.
We don't need more hens laying on eggs.
I couldn't agree more.
The one up front, she's enough.
Yeah, we got a lot of Guineas, guys.
Yeah.
Not looking to sell them. We're not looking to make our army 50 guineas strong.
20-some guinea, guys.
They're curious as to what you're doing.
I know. They're probably going to attack me if I take their eggs right now.
Nah, just do it. We got Bruno here. He won't let that happen, I promise. He doesn't let them attack each other.
That's true. Okay, let's see how the chickies like this. Hey, chickie chicks. Looky here.
Well, she threw it at you. How rude.
I didn't expect that to happen. I'm sorry.
Rufus,
guys.
what's she doing to your girls?
Look, it's okay.
They're like, well, you could just set them down. You ain't got to pitch them at them.
Oh my gosh, I didn't expect that at all. I'm sorry, chickie chicks. Oh, I feel bad now.
Oh, they call people chickens when they're fraidy cats for a reason. Wow! That crow didn't come out there, Rufus.
Come on, Rufus. Bring your ladies out. Hey, look, buddy.
Hey, just keep them over here, babe. Just keep them over here. They'll come out to him. Rufus has got to check him out first. The smallest of the entire bunch. Hopefully just throwing them on the ground is the way to do it.
Well, if it's not, we'll find out.
Or just throw them at the chickens, either way.
Oh, they would freak out like that.
They're chickens.
What a bunch of chickens. Honey, we just weed-eated that so that I could collect them. You're going to have to come off, okay? I'm sorry, but you're going to have to. There you go. I'm sorry. I got to take these eggs, babe. I got to take them. I know. It doesn't make you happy. I'm sorry. She's not going to be happy with me. Oh my gosh, there's way more here than I expected. Okay, I thought I could put these in my shirt. Clearly I can't. There's way more than I thought. I'm sorry, but I can't have you laying on the eggs, okay? Sorry, birds. So I have no regrets about taking those eggs from the nest and collecting them, but I have to tell you that bird got broody on another nest. So the very next day I went to collect eggs from the other nest that was still an active nest, and she's laying on it. So I've got some work to do as far as collecting eggs and making sure that our guineas don't lay on them. We just don't want them laying on any more eggs. I'm gonna continue having Kyle weed eat in here a little bit at a time and take all those clippings over to our chickens so they can enjoy them, because they really had a great time. And honestly, babe, like, I didn't mean to throw grass at them and scare them. It was just one of those things that I don't do anything slow. I got fast hands. Kyle gives me a hard time about it all the time.
I mean, there's a reason people call people chickens who are being chickens, you know?
Yeah.
They're kind of chickens.
Man, I just sprayed some stuff and I cannot get these bugs to stop.
I had a gnat land in my eye and all I could see was black for just a second.
That's so annoying.
Yeah.
This time of day, the bugs are definitely bad, and now that the rain is finally drying up, whew.
Man, I think going back to our talk about anniversary and 12 years ago, could you have ever guessed this is what you'd be doing? That's a big negative.
I for sure never thought I'd have 20-some guineas running around this place.
Well, what's so cool is, like, the goats are right over here. They just check the coop. We block off the door so they can't get in there and eat the bird food. Oh, Loretta, don't knock that over. And the girls, the birds, have learned to roost up there, come and go. Like, it's really kind of working nicely. But it's so fun that, I mean, there's just guineas and goats just right there. And just a second ago, Bruno took Herc off on the trail. Nobody tries to get in with the steers except for the guineas, and they're doing a good job. Yeah, mow that up so I don't have to. I don't know about you, but I think it's kind of fun. We literally just walked over close to the edge of our property and they all went with us. But as we were walking back, we had a whole herd of goats following us.
I do love that they follow us. They're really easy to course to a different area.
Yeah, well, and I want them to take care of this. I don't know that they'll touch any of that tall stuff, but
I don't even know what that is, really.
I think maybe they would if they had full access to this and eventually ate all the good stuff from down below, but.
Well, that's something about this filming this time of day is the traffic is,
A little
the
bit
highway
heavier,
traffic's
isn't it?
definitely heavy.
Yeah.
It's loud.
Hey, you are eating off of that.
Good job, Larry.
And I've already pulled off 2 Lone Star ticks just from that short little trek out into the woods. So I think we're gonna stay on the more manicured spot for now. Ticks, bleh. My guineas need to work harder. Hair bear, look at your pants, man. Little Daisy girl. Bruno, man, has exceeded our dreams. As far as being a country dog, a farm dog, I could talk about him for hours, but I will spare you. It's my good boy. What haven't you been through so far, man? But yeah, he watches. If you guys remember, in the early days of training, he would come and watch us feed, and he started by staying about right here at the top of that hill and just watch from there. And in due time, he began making his way closer and closer. And then he and Hercules bonded through the fence. We were really nervous about those two because very clashing personalities, but also both very alpha. Urgh, third tick. I might have an infestation.
I hope not.
But yeah, we were really nervous about Bruno and Herc getting along, but this guy has just done a stellar job. And as has Herc. I think, you know, we've been nervous. We've never let anybody else take care of our animals because I'm afraid Herc is going to kill somebody, or at least hurt them, and I can't have that. But I do believe Herc seeing Bruno, like when we have, if anybody comes over, or like when the guys came through that need to go to the back of the property,
Go on, guys.
you know, Herc gets to witness. They're getting into Shannon's plants by the camper. Herc gets to witness how Bruno acts and how we expect him to act around other people. So maybe someday that's going to rub off on him a little bit. I don't know. We're not pushing anything, but we're just very, very grateful that they all get along. And Bruno knows to stay out of the way of the goats. They let him know that. Really? We got to walk on our stuff? You're not going to find anything to eat up there. Oh, are you scratching your belly? Oh, Earl, man.
Right where that bird is right there is where the other nest is. I bet if I walked over there, there's another bird sitting on it. Oh yeah,
There
I
is
just saw
a
her
bird,
head pop
yep.
up.
There's at least one. So that's a male right there on the right. Oh yeah, she's on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're about an hour and a half past their normal laying time. They lay between about noon and 1:30, somewhere in there. And they let us know. We've learned to hear their noises.
We've learned the sounds.
Yeah, I mean, I could only imagine. They're a small bird pushing that thing out. Ooh-wee.
Yeah, but it's a small egg.
I'll be making some noises too, though, for sure. If we could just get these guys to hold still in one place, we might actually see a difference from what they're doing. But realistically, the nice thing is we switched to round bales. You guys have known that saga. It's been very difficult with them because we don't have a good hay feeder. We're still kind of coming up with the proper solution for that. But when it rains this much, man, it gets moldy and steamy and hot and nasty, and they've pretty much got what they can through the goat panel, that we decided just go ahead and cut it open again, and at least the rest of it's not going to waste, and they have been loving it. But what we're trying to do is supplement with them coming out here and grazing. You know, it gets their system used to what's on our land, and it's just a lot of fun for us and them.
Like debating going in there.
Earl, Spruce, and Ouija were all three standing at the same time. Earl's one of our more athletic goats. That boy, he's got his mama's build, but Mario's size. His mama's blue, his daddy was Mario. Definitely got the most unique colors of the bunch.
I think he is the most beautiful coloring.
I do too. And he's pretty stinking awesome. He's funny, especially when he jumps and touches you. You love having his hooves on the back of your shirt, huh?
Not my favorite.
Man, Spruce, what are you? About 5'8", 5'9"? You're about 6 feet tall, aren't you? Yeah, get out of here. They do a good job at keeping our trees trimmed up to a certain point, though. You're welcome. Look at these two goobers. They were out on the trail. I just called them. They just came out side by side. Good boy,
Hi, boys.
Bruno. Good
Welcome
boy,
back.
Hercules. Good boys. Yeah.
Are you guys having a great time?
They're best buds.
Best buds.
It's for sure.
Golly, they're even, I know Kyle has said it before, but they're even the same skeletal structural size now. Kyle got a picture the other day of both of them standing next to me, and they're the same height, they're the same length. It's just Herc is thicker than Bruno.
He's got a thicker frame, his shoulders are thicker, and that neck of his. I took his collar, put it on Bruno, just kind of see. Yeah, that's where the difference is. And then his head.
Herc's head is massive.
Bruno's got a big old block head. And I know it doesn't look like it when I'm touching him because I got big old block hands. But the Herc, man, his head, man, it's like a woman's basketball. It's about that big. Yeah. So, frame size a little bit different, but let me tell you something right now. The skills that each of them have, you do not want to see the two of them coming at you angry. I promise. I've seen it. Not at me, but I've seen the face. Very capable dogs. I cannot tell you how safe we feel out here right now, and neither of us are carrying at the moment.
That's true.
And I'm like, ain't nobody could come up here and threaten us. Or
Safe
animal.
other than from bugs. When we stand still in one place, the bugs really start to attack.
It's very true. So we got to wiggle while we stand.
I'm getting a little, frustrated.
Get a little eaten up. All right, well guys, that's what we're doing today. We're just glad that the rain has paused for a little bit, I think. We got a little bit in the future, but hopefully it's just little showers, if that.
I haven't even looked. I'm just hoping it's all done.
We're just gonna soak up the sunshine.
Yep.
And the goats are gonna soak it up.
Yep.
And we're saving money on hay right now.
And Bruno's getting super close over here.
He's trying to give you any ticks he found out in the woods.
Thanks.
All right, guys. Well, we love and appreciate you. We thank you so much for coming on this journey with us. And as always, we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Come on, goaty goats. Let's go over here. Bruno showing Herc a good place to cool off. Atta boy. This nice. I need a pond full time.